Uh, Hello, everybody. I'm not so good at the adding to stage thing. I'll figure it out eventually. Welcome back. Welcome back. You're muted. Carrie, I think you're muted.
Muted? Okay, sorry. I'm muted. Okay. My mom and I have traded rooms because I can't walk upstairs. So my computer, like everything to like run the shop and the wellness center and everything is in here. So yeah,
you're living out of one room at the moment, but that means you're sitting somewhat still-ish.
Somewhat still-ish, yes. As still as I can possibly allow myself to. It's driving me
without losing your mind.
Yes, yeah.
Without absolutely losing your mind.
Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for all of the wonderful messages. I've sure appreciated it. And yeah, so thank you so much. It hasn't been that bad, actually. This is one of the easiest surgeries I've ever had.
Really?
Yes. I had virtually no pain. I hardly didn't need to take that pain medication, hardly at all. Tylenol has, hi guys. Tylenol has really done the job. It doesn't hurt anymore. It's not stiff anymore.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah. The only thing is that the getting around, and I have to have this same surgery done on the left foot in August. So
that's not fun.
I'm just going to give myself some time. Hi.
You need to.
You. Yeah.
You need to. You definitely do. And I know that's hard for you.
It is. I don't like sitting still, but I do it because otherwise you guys will hit me.
True. I mean, it's kind of a far drive to hit you, but it would be doable.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully no techie issues, bad Wi-Fi. Hey, how was your birthday?
It was good. Is it my Wi-Fi that's bad? It wouldn't be surprising because
I don't know. In Maine. It might be mine. We've had to restart our router a couple times. So we'll see.
Oh, well, Ken will tell us who the problem child is. But no, birthday was amazing. I drove down to Rhode Island. Hung out with Ken and Don yesterday. And then
wait, Aaron, hang on. Yeah, Ken's messaging me. Yeah, there's something wrong. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Hey, mommy, it's your birthday. I love you. Happy birthday. Hey, guess what? People sent you wishes.
Happy birthday, Aaron. 46 years ago, God sent you to us with dimples and dark hair, and we are so proud of the person you are and the journey your life has taken you on.
We're very, very proud of you. We love you more than you'll ever know. And you'll always have a special place in our heart because you're our firstborn. Plus, you're a wonderful person to boot.
That you are. We love you, sunshine. Have a wonderful day.
Happy 45th. No, 46.
46.
And we love you, love you, love you.
Love you, dear. Bye-bye.
Hey, Aaron. Happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Did we lose her?
It is the beginning of the best trip around the sun yet. I miss you every day.
Okay, her camera died.
Proud of you. So enjoy your day. Know you're loved by a lot of people. And I know that I'm very proud of you too. So love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from us. We left the Christmas tree up for you to enjoy it because you didn't come for Christmas this year. I know we're still so upset about it. Okay. Happy birthday. We love you very much. Bye.
Well, happy birthday to you, my sweet, sweet friend. I hope you enjoy that beautiful day. I hope it's filled with magic, just like you are, and sending you lots and lots of love. Happy birthday. Mwah.
Oh, I hate trying to think of nice things to say about people. Oh, fuck. Aaron, congratulations on surviving another trip around the sun without spontaneously combusting or joining a reality TV show. You are truly an inspiration. My paranormal daughter, we're very lucky to have you in our lives. You bring joy, laughter, and occasionally questionable dance moves into the world, but we wouldn't have it any other way. So here's to another year of adventures, dreams come true, and endless dog treats. Happy birthday. We love you.
Happy birthday, Aaron. I hope you have the most best, wonderful, peaceful, relaxing, energetic, good vibe, beautiful day. Happy birthday.
Hey, Aaron, this is George here wishing you a very happy birthday. I may never reach my age.
Hi, Aaron. This is
This is
Linda
amazing.
from Cody and Satori's Paranormal Couples Private Group. I just wanted to say that since I've joined that group, your posts have been such an inspiration. And I also wanted to wish you the most magical birthday. Thanks.
Happy birthday, Aaron!
Happy birthday!
We love you so, so much. You're one of the most amazing friends that we are so lucky to have, and we hope you have an amazing week.
Hey, we have to sing our song. It's our birthday.
Okay, ready?
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
In October 2021, our sweet Andrea Perrin and A World Awakening added the best addition to our tribe that ever could have happened. She has become a friend and a Reiki healer and the sweetest person that we could ever ask for. Erin Bush, I love you to pieces. Happy birthday, sweet girl.
So I'd written out this whole thing about the great Capricorns in history, but then I sat down and spilled my coffee everywhere, so I'm gonna keep it short. Happy birthday, Aaron. I hope 2025 is great. If not, it'll be a strongly worded letter to follow.
Sweet girl, I hope this year is going to be your best yet. I hope that you find more magic, more pixie dust, more weird in the people that you meet and that you grow to love. I hope you build amazing new bridges that take you amazing new places with wonderful people that will always care for you, like everyone in this video. I hope your birthday has been spectacular and magical and wonderful and just everything that you so richly deserve. Thank you for being one of my very best friends. I love you endlessly. Happy birthday.
Hey, Aaron, just wanted to tell you happy birthday and sending so much love from me and Nico from Michigan. And I hope it's a wonderful day. We really, really love you.
Hey there, Aaron. I heard it's your birthday, so happy birthday and much respect and love to you. Thank you for being you. Again, happy birthday.
Cody, seriously, does she not understand what I have going on in my life? I got video games, I'm playing guitar, I just don't have time for that kind of shit.
Corey?
Yes, dear.
We are doing this, whether you like it or not. Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday. And it actually works this time.
It actually works this time. We just wanted to pop in and say happy birthday to you. We are so, so thankful to have you in our lives. It's been a crazy couple of years, but here we are. We get to see you a lot more than we used to, and we are so, so happy for that.
Most of the time.
Stop it.
Thanks for all the legal advice, too, by the way. Keeping us out of jail.
Oh.
Hey, Aaron, it's Sandy and Amanda. We just want to wish you a happy birthday. We hope you had a fun day. And we're so glad that we got to meet you and that we have this chance to wish you a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I love you. Hope you're having a great day.
Happy birthday, my dear. Have a fantastic day.
Hi, Aaron. I wanted to wish you the happiest of birthdays. And I love you very much.
Okay. Happy birthday, Auntie Erin. We miss you. We love you. We would love to see you really, really soon. Big heart to you. Big hearts. He says, I think I'm done here. We love you. Happy birthday.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me. So thank you for that. Oh. Thank you. It's been a hard year. I'm very lucky. Oh. You're on mute again. Or is it me?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was
Who
laughing.
did that?
Who did what?
Is this your fault?
This is my fault. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you all so much. Was not expecting that. Is my echo really bad?
No.
Okay. It's because I'm logged in two spots.
You're logged in where?
I had to log in another spot. I think I'm going to log out and log back in. Because all I get is feedback. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm going to go cry real quick. Be right back. Just kidding.
All right, Lau, what do we really think of Erin? Wait, she's not gone yet. Hang on.
Okay. Let's see.
Is she leaving?
I'm back, I think. Are we good?
No, she never left. Yes.
Well, the camera cut out, so I saw everything.
I know everyone was like, "Oh
no!" No, so I saw everything, and that is literally like this. This has been such an amazing birthday because it's been a rough. There's rough days when you pack up your life and you move up here with Of course, I've got amazing friends that I'm with, but it's it's a little different.
Yeah.
And that's a huge gift. So thank you to everyone for that and for you for putting that together. And I was not expecting that in the least.
I know. I was very pleased about that. In fact, I think it was at the end of Cody and Satori's show last week. I was like, "Hey," I texted Satori and Ken. I was like, "Guess what? I've got a great idea." And so we just started reaching out to folks, and I talked to Andrea for a while on Sunday, and she was like, "Well," she was like, "Let me see if Carlene will do one of my dad," and then she sent the one of your mom, and I was like, "Oh,
I know."
When I saw it, I was like,
That's amazing.
"Oh, that's the perfect one to end it with."
Yeah.
End it with
Carolyn. Yeah,
Mhm.
that one.
Yeah.
Well, to see Roger,
And to see Roger, yeah. Mhm.
Chris, and it's just like I think we do so much work in this field, but you kind of forget that you may be impacting people and you're not really even necessarily trying to, but something that was a really huge gift. So thank you all for that. That was really amazing. I will get my hands on the replay and download that part and keep it forever. Or you could send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I actually I tried to enhance the audio of some of them. And Roger's was really hard to hear, so I'll send you that one so you can hear what he says. But yeah.
That was amazing.
It was,
I can't even
cried
on 2 shows now.
And in true Carrie fashion, I got it to Ken at 6:30. It took a while to download. Our internet was screwed up. It was a whole thing. So I've been working on it for about a week.
Oh, that was amazing. Yes, our Cody and Satori are correct. Hibachi was intense. This is a lot sweeter. So I'll sum up birthday real quick, and then we'll shift on to what we're actually talking about. So Satori set up Habachi dinner for me last night. So drove to Rhode Island, hung out with Ken, helped him paint some cabinets yesterday.
Always drive 4 hours for hibachi.
Always.
Doesn't
I'll
matter.
go
Always.
just about anywhere for hibachi. But, I think for me, so it was Don and Ken, Cody, Satori, Steve, Reed, myself.
Oh, good.
And it was just so nice to go somewhere and we weren't under a cloud of chaos for the first time.
Really
So
anything, yeah. Just to celebrate
just
and
got
hang
to
out.
laugh. Yeah. But she was right. Hibachi, I've never been to a hibachi place like this, right? So it's called Sake. And I had heard stories like Ken getting a bottle of sake dumped on his head by a hibachi chef, but that's another story. This hibachi chef is standing there with they have the olive oil bottles filled with sake, and he's just spraying people in the mouth. And then when you say you're done, now I didn't drink, obviously. Satori had to defend my sobriety. She at one point had her hands in front of my face because he kept trying to squirt me with it. And I'm like, I can't drink.
Oh my God.
But we had, people, he's spraying it in their mouths and people are just chugging away and they're like, cut. And he just kept going.
Open your eyes. Oh my God.
Oh my God. He was saying the funniest. Yeah. He would come at you with this bottle and he would either yell at you, open your eyes or open your mouth. It was intense. It was like the hibachi version of, are you familiar with Dick's Last Resort, the restaurant where they're mean to you on purpose? Like he wasn't mean, he was bossy, but we got such a kick out of it. And
Oh my
of
God.
course, Cody knows how much I don't love being the center of attention, and he wanted to make sure that I was, in fact. So
yay!
I have my let me see if I can. They gave this to me last night at the hibachi people, and I don't know if this is something Cody and Satori bought because I didn't ask, but this is what we had on at dinner last night.
That's great. I love it.
And then we went back to Ken and Don's. Cody and Satori came down. They bought me a cake with candles and the whole 9 yards. I almost cried. So it was a really good day. And then that video is just, I don't even have words for what that means. So thank you all very much for all of that love. That's amazing.
You are very welcome. We love you.
Amazing.
We love you. Also, Zach, are you in the audience? You haven't
commented. Because it's Zach's birthday today.
Today is Zach's birthday. So we got birthdays all over the damn place. I don't see him. I think the chef was wondering how far I could go before he got fired. This inspired cheers and applause.
Fact.
It does sound like it was a wonderful day. Yes.
It was a lot of fun. And then drove back today. So Zach might have dropped out. Hopefully he'll pop in. But happy birthday to Zach.
Happy birthday to Zach. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you. We're gonna next time I see Zach. There he is.
Happy birthday.
We're doing an investigation at the old hospital on College Hill.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm very excited. I will barely be getting my driving privileges back, so I'm still gonna bring my hog, which I've named my scooter, is my hog. And
sparklers and everything.
Yes, just Zach bought me ones with ribbons.
Oh, you have like options of streamers.
I have options, yeah. So Zach bought me options, so I put those on in honor of his birthday, and the horns, the little big loud horns. Those I'm going to be using throughout the hospital on the investigation.
She zooms from.
So let's see what happens with that. So.
I love it.
Zach. I love you. Here's to you. Okay.
I'm still trying to recover. Okay.
Are you sure? You want me to play it again? We can play it again.
Oh God. I'll just keep crying. I'm gonna watch it a bunch when I just was not expecting it. I saw my parents pop up on the screen. Well, I knew something was up when I saw StreamYard support, but it was tied to the Paranormal Couples Haunted Museum, and I'm like, because I just was like, is this a new? And it was like he had typed out a message and everything. This is a new AI feature, and I even Googled like, is there a new? So I was like, well, maybe it's a new thing I'm not aware of. So well done, y'all!
Yay!
It was awesome.
Yay! We wanted to make sure that we could see your reaction. So naturally, then the camera.
But I was crying by the end anyway. So when I finally got back in, so it really didn't matter.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
That's
crooked.
funny.
Why can't I make this straight? All right, so let's discuss. You actually brought this up about like a month ago or 3 weeks ago.
It was a couple of
it was a couple of weeks ago now. It was
a couple of weeks ago.
Right after surgery, I guess, right?
Yes. And that was part of the thing. I was like, it's got to be the surgery. So I had my surgery on Monday, December 30th. And then that whole week, I was fine. I mean, Aaron, I talked to you. I was fine.
Oh, yeah.
The pain wasn't really a thing. Getting around with that was just something to get used to and whatever. And but I still was working on the business and working on the wellness center and getting those two things going. But I was sad. I was just sad and kind of overwhelmed and not really sure like why I was sad.
Yeah.
And I realized that the whole of since the show started, we've been talking to you guys about manifesting and how to manifest and what to remember and what to do and what to this and that. But I think Aaron and did we talk about what happens when it starts to actually come to fruition? Did we talk to them about when what you manifest actually starts to happen?
No, we haven't.
Sorry.
Whole other show up.
If anybody's going through this too, that's our bad. But yes, so a lot of shifts were happening, a lot of changes in relationships that I have and things with both of the companies that I own were changing.
Yeah.
Over this time. And I just was kind of sad. And I was talking to Aaron and I'm like, I know that everything that I was manifesting and working on at the end of last year is starting to happen. Because I think we all knew that this year was going to usher in, a whole new vibration that was absolutely going to kind of turn everything on its head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good part of it too. But this kind of started before the surgery.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of got to talking and I was just thinking, I don't understand why I'm so sad because I have no reason to be sad. And then I realized that things were being cleared out of my life and relationships, not necessarily losing relationships, but those relationships the dynamic was changing.
Yeah.
In those relationships.
Yep.
They were shifting. It was shifting. And then things with the businesses both started to open up that I had been working on, manifesting and meditating on. And so that was all happening. But I was still I told Aaron that I felt like I did in the weeks following after when Andrea blew my third eye open.
Yeah.
I was grieving.
Did say exactly that.
Yeah. I was grieving my old life.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing in these last couple of weeks. I was grieving my old life.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I didn't want to tell you this surprise.
Here comes trouble.
Okay. Who wants to see me do my Marilyn Monroe happy birthday?
Oh, God, I do.
Me.
Happy birthday to you.
Johnny, I knew you were talented, but I didn't know singing was in your repertoire.
Wow.
Hey, at my age, you can do everything. Happy birthday, kiddo.
Thank you, good sir. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. We got a little bit of snow finally down here, hitting a little flurry, so.
Oh, hey,
that's
good.
nice.
Yeah.
Going down to Rhode Island was like a heat wave. I'm like, man, this is great. It's
You got snow on the ground up there, right?
Yeah, we've had snow on the ground really since Thanksgiving.
Cool.
Not a ton, but I'm still at the I think this is incredible phase, so I still get really excited when it snows. So
You'll get over it quick.
Sure.
Corey keeps telling me, he's like, Aaron, it's only, December, January.
You'll get over it quick. Carrie, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
What's happening? You staying out of trouble?
I'm trying. I
no
had
fun.
surgery and so I'm limited on where I can go and what I can do. So that's keeping me out of a fair amount of trouble.
All right. Well, don't let Erin there. She'll try to kick you or something.
I know that. I know.
Oh, I am the least trouble of the two of us. And that is a fact.
That's a fact.
But you didn't say of the three of us, did you?
Listen, you own that on your own. You own that entirely on your own.
All right, my friends, I just wanted to stop in and say happy birthday, Erin, and everybody stay warm, and we'll be talking soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Johnny.
You staying away from that Hawes kid?
Me?
No,
I just saw them yesterday. Wait, which Hawes kid? There's several.
I know.
The daughter or the father?
Talk to you guys later.
Bye. Thank you.
I love him.
I didn't want to ruin that surprise for you.
I love it. He's the best.
He is the best. Yeah.
Of course, I'm not even looking at comments to put on the screen, and I didn't just.
I know, and I'm just like, yeah. That
John,
was.
There's a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
That
rendition is
That's
perfect.
amazing.
It's amazing, and if we could somehow, if somebody in the chat's good with this, make it my ringtone.
I'm sure we can.
That'd be
Between
great.
Ken and Cody, I'm sure we could figure something out.
That would be so great.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So anyway, I basically have been grieving my old life and things that are falling away to make room for the new, and that is something that Aaron and I have both kind of been feeling. And we were like, you know what? we haven't talked about that with you guys. What happens when everything that you have manifested or wished for, or whatever you want to call it, what it's like when that starts to take place. And then also like how to keep going with your practices, like how to keep meditating, how to keep, you know, doing all of these different things.
My baby sister.
Yes, I know. I've been talking to her. Shh, I know. So we hadn't really been talking to you guys about, I guess, the downside of it, which we will be doing tonight because it's going to start happening.
It's going to start happening. I mean, I think too, and I think initially we also wanted to talk about like when you get in these types of situations. Like for me, I'll be straight up, my spiritual practice, especially over the last year that I've been going on, went to shit. Now there was a period of time where
mine too.
There wasn't a lot I could do because there were things going on that I kind of had to disconnect from all of it. For
right. Yeah. And things that we just had to back away from.
And honestly, it's been kind of a very slow tiptoe back in. But I think what I also realized even today on the drive back was I said to Ken yesterday, I'm like, last year was 50% absolutely amazing and 50% absolutely terrible. Right.
Right. So it kind of washed each other out.
It did, but it's like, I was like, okay, but that's a number I can work with, right? Because it wasn't 100% garbage and it wasn't, like it was still a balance, right?
Sure.
But in trying to survive it, I think, and I say that loosely because, it's not like, let's be straight. I think I was probably in a pretty not nasty depression, but somewhat depressed over the last year. I didn't want to be in Florida anymore.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in New England. I was kind of stuck. And then what happens to me when I get like that, I kind of don't do anything.
Yeah.
I've always been a terrible meditator. I've always been honest about that, but I wasn't doing anything unless I remember to do like I just lost it all for a while. Like,
yeah, it's easy to do.
It is. And I think
it's easier to do than maintain, which sucks.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think, but to your point, like you're manifesting. And I think there's a lot of us who are just we accidentally manifest stuff. Like I look at, some of the stuff I've done over the last couple of years, it was never in my brain. I mean, I never said, oh, I want a job at the farm or,
sure.
But I knew I wanted to be involved in this field. I just, that would have been my, what I was manifesting. I get like, I need to figure out how I can help and be involved in this field. And then boom. Right.
Yeah.
But what happens when the wheels fall off? You've gotten all the things that you manifested, but that phrase, your new life will cost you your old one, is so true. I mean,
it's very true.
Same as you. The loss of relationships, literal relationship. I mean, Justin and I were together 15 years. Fortunately, we're still very good friends, but like a lot of things just started kind of falling away. And then I think you're kind of at a point where you're standing there. Maybe that's where you were. You're just like, well, now what? Right? Yes. I mean, you were going this way, and then it was like, just kidding. We're going this way now. Like you're just kind of
yes,
crazy. So for me, my practice went out, just shit out the window. So I've been thinking about that since you brought it up. And I'm like, okay, I need to get back into that. So I am definitely trying to kind of get back into that.
Yeah.
But man, what a year. Like, it's no wonder we got there.
It is. Yes. And you certainly have had quite the year. Me, I started 2 businesses and really thought, here is what will be the death of me, you guys. And Aaron, I have told my mom and Coy this. I've told Jennifer this. Should I die before all of you, what needs to be on my headstone is, well, how hard could it be? Because that's what I say about everything.
And we're all behind her going,
yep. And now she's fucked us all.
Along for the ride and see where she ends up. Let's go.
Yes. Yes. Or now she's screwed us all, especially when we're doing investigations. Well, come on. How hard could it be?
Right. How hard could it be?
You could have a bat fly right into your face. That's how hard.
Touche. Sandy never asked that. Look, you'll find out.
Yes. Seriously, Sandy, it is no joke. Like everything I have ever tried to do, I have found out.
It's
But
the
I'm
precursor to the F around and find out.
exactly.
Basically.
Exactly. I should absolutely get that tattooed on me. But I'm hard-headed enough to see it through and to be like, is this for me? Is it not? You will notice these paintings behind me. I'm in my mom's room, by the way, for those of you who are just tuning in, because it's downstairs and I can't go upstairs because I can't walk upstairs. So these two paintings are sunflowers. Do they look like sunflowers? They may or they may not. But I did flow painting for a while, for about a year.
You're really
know
good
how
at
to
it.
do it. Learn how to do it on YouTube. And so my mom was like, make me some sunflowers. And so that's what I came up with. And hey, I've helped her cat get better. Oh, good. I'm so glad.
Right.
I was actually going to ask you how my love was doing. So I have all of these paintings that I did because I was like, flow painting, that looks pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're beautiful.
And I learned how to do them. Sold several of them, made a few $1,000s, and was like, this isn't for me. Moved on to the next thing, which is this little light of mine skincare. That is for me. That's, you got to try a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You really do. But it's still a learning curve. And it's still, I had to choose between if I want to live my normal life before Andrea blew my third eye open, or in my spiritual life. I had to pick one. I couldn't just walk the fence. So I was like, I'll lean into my spiritual life. And that's when I started to grieve my old life. Well, now, Aaron, look at us. It's 2025. We have this amazing show. We have these amazing people that watch our show and like it and can relate to the stuff that we talk about.
Oh,
and guys,
yeah.
we need your advice as well. Like when we get to talking a little bit more in depth with practices and how you can maintain them. Like, how do you guys not fall off the meditation wagon?
Right.
You know what I mean? And
or
just
the whatever your practice is wagon.
or whatever your practice is. Yeah.
And we're seriously asking that. We'd love,
we genuinely want to know.
Yeah, because we've got a lot of people in here who have a lot more years of experience in this kind of work than we do. So any, and I think it's the consistency is the key, right? Like, I mean, I did do the Wolf Moon meditation, which is because once I do it, then I'm like, oh, I just feel so much better. But I think for me, to some degree, I'm kind of like parts of last year were scary on a spiritual level, and I was a little nervous diving back into that connection because it's not because of any spirits like related. It has nothing to do with that, but I just had to disconnect basically for about 6 months. I didn't.
Yeah. I mean, and you know what?
You have a break with it too.
Everybody should do that. Everybody should do that for however long. If it's 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, do it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be of any good to anybody else, especially yourself, if you can't get all of that reconciled for yourself.
True. But I turned away from it when I should have leaned into it. And I think that was the lesson for me. Because as scary as some of that stuff felt at the time, I've got much more good stuff on that end of the realm. And I should have leaned into it. And I didn't, right? I just went, I'm out for a while. And I'm here to say that was a mistake for myself because I disconnected from the thing that I rely on the most, right? Like, I think you would agree with this too. With as much chaos and as much drama and personal strife, because let's be honest, 2024 was brutal for a lot of people. I mean, and you've got LA. I mean, there's New York, like there's 2025 is off to a hot start, and I think it's so hard. You get so distracted by what you're going through that you can't, like, my habit is I just pull out completely. Like, I am a person who handles my shit on my own. Like, I'm not like to get me to cry on 2 shows in a row. Like, that never happens because I am very much a handle my stuff, show my emotions.
Yeah. Like privately. By yourself, whatever. Yeah.
But by myself last year meant without the spiritual connection. Like I know they're still watching me and stuff, but I wasn't leaning into it at all. And I feel like that was the thing. And maybe that's why I did it, because I needed to realize how important it is to have some kind of practice and lean into that when it's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, the thing about it, like manifesting and all of that as well, is like you almost don't know exactly how that's going to start to come into your life. So it's very easy to confuse it with depression or whatever.
Yeah.
I allow spirit to guide me. No guilt needed.
To use meditation as my foundation, though. I enjoy being disciplined in that. I've learned so much from that. I seek to learn more. Okay, so learning is probably a better perspective for.
Yeah,
that helps.
So, Tom, question: do you like have a set time every day that you meditate? Like, is it every morning or in the evenings or before bed, or like, what do you find about your meditation practice helps you keep it going?
Yeah, that's a
because
really
I
good
am
question.
literally all over the place. What did Corner Cauldron say?
Yeah, I want to pull that back
My
up.
girl.
It's painful because the old is what you become comfortable with. The old. Getting rid of what has become comfortable is always painful. Grief is the body's way of washing what's left away. So true.
Ah, that is so freaking true. I'm so
Very
glad
well
you're
put.
watching tonight.
But it is, grief is, like you said, there's all these iterations of yourself that, like, I mean, I'll be honest, I think that's some of the reason why my marriage ended. It wasn't because there was a big fight or like we just grew apart. I have had, a lot of growth along with a lot of us. And I think there's you just can't always survive that. Right. But
yeah,
you are grieving the life you had, because once you open that box, you can't go back. Even if you want to, you can't go back.
No, you can't, because it's two very different people you'd be going back to than the original two that started the relationship.
Yes.
It's different. It's difficult, but Marie's way of wording that is getting rid of what has become comfortable is always painful.
Yep.
Grief is the body's way of washing what's left away. I love that. And that's exactly what I've been going through the last few weeks and not really understanding until I sat out there and I asked my guts, I'm like, why do I feel like this?
What is happening?
Right. It felt foreign. Like I was like, okay, I had surgery or whatever. It's fine.
Right.
And they were like, well, my one guy, Sandalphon, you know him, very sarcastic. He's like, hello, you asked for this. And I was like,
he's right.
Oh, I really need to do a lot more work in
Right. But I think that's, but that I think is what is. Well,
I love him, but he is a smart ass.
He is a smart ass. He stands there with his eyes and one eye up, eyebrow up most of the time, and he shakes his head at us all the time.
All the time.
But I think it's one of those things where we've always said, like, when shit comes up, we're going to be honest about it. And this, I think, was a good topic because we're both going through this. And if we're going to present what we consider like our version of this kind of journey and what a cluster it is, then we have to share the other end of it too. Of course, we talk about burns and meditating and manifesting and all that, but it's not like we're sitting back here. I'm not in my, I have to do a reset, right? So for me to come to pontificate, do this, do that, I like GPS recalculating. You know what I mean? Like I needed I need a hard, like somebody reboot the sys operating system or something. We're glitching out.
Mine feels like saying, set the whole thing on fire and build from the ground up.
I know but again, that's part of this too, right? Like there's always a lesson in everything. And sometimes that can be really, really annoying, but it doesn't make it any less true.
It doesn't. What are, guys, and throw it in the chat. What are some things that you would like to work on in 2025 as far as, do you want to get better at learning how to manifest things? Do you want to make sure that you're meditating on a regular basis? What are some things in the metaphysical, spiritual milieu that you want to work on and get better doing throughout the year with us?
Yeah.
And just so you know, and if you guys stick with us throughout the whole year, great. If you don't, that's okay too. But I am actually writing all of this down. So at the end of the year this year, we can replay the game tapes and see how far we've come.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. We got a Tom answer. He
cool. Okay.
I like to set the tone for the day and also stretch my body. I'm really focused, living intentionally this year. So I also set those. Clearing your mind really helps me function better. Yeah. Love that.
Yeah, God, sometimes a stretch just feels amazing. It just feels amazing. Okay, so every morning I would like, you know, I don't suppose that there's any kind of, I've never meditated in all my 45 years, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Do you want to learn? Okay, well, don't like meditate at like the grocery store. Do it in the privacy of your own home. Then you don't have to, then it's okay. I don't know, Aaron, should we challenge each other to just do a quick little 5-minute meditation before we get out of bed? Would Bean let you do that?
Yeah, well, I think I think the other thing for me, adjustment wise, is I'm back working at like a full-time, not in my house gig, which is great.
Right.
Because I'm not just like rotting on my couch anymore, shoving, cookies in my face or whatever. But I think I get up early, like 2 hours before I have to be at work and I should be meditating, but I'm walking the dog or I'm having coffee or I'm wallowing in bed and I need to get my ass out of bed.
Yeah.
And meditate. Here, my sister says, continue. Colleen's really good at like making this stuff.
Really sticking with her plan.
She's consistent with it. Yeah, she's really good at it.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, so she's really, really good at that.
All right.
So
got
that's
you
good
down, Colleen.
too. All right, so we're gonna challenge each other to a 5-minute meditation in the morning.
Every morning, just before we get out of bed.
I love it.
I mean, and it doesn't have to be like, you really just get in deep and you can really like, astral project or anything, but just something to just sort of like set the tone for the day. Or maybe be like, wow, that dream was really hella fucked. Or, something.
Right. Right.
5 minutes, no more than that. Who's with us? Who's with us that would like to try it? Just 5 minutes before we get out of bed every morning. Stubbornness plays a part in how you handle things. Yes. I try to be like my grandmother who beat a brain tumor the size of a grapefruit in the 70s, partly out of the unwillingness to go.
That's amazing.
That she might have been my grandmother. Maybe we might be related.
Right, Colleen's in.
Yay. Okay, good.
Denise is in.
Perfect.
Let's see who else pops in.
I think Joseph, Linda. Okay, good. All right. Your mom. Yay.
Mom's in.
Time.
Because again, and I think that's the thing. Like you just said, you don't have to make it this whole, it doesn't have to be a thing.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be
and it can look like whatever you want. Like, I think that's one thing. Like in Florida, I did a lot of walking meditations because we walked every morning for 3 or 4 miles. So I'd, pick my, whatever music I wanted to do. But it's kind of hard to do when it's like 7 degrees outside and there's snow all over the sidewalks. Like, there's just not the space to walk.
And
so I think
judge the hell out of you for doing that. You're meditating in the 13 below and 3 feet of snow. All right.
No, I'm not that brave. But I do think I had gotten so out of routine that now I'm getting into a routine, which has also made me out of routine. So like, that's why I keep saying recalculating, because everything's changed in a good way. Like, we're accepting there's just a lot of new things going on.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I make time for meditation even when I don't want to. 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night. I tell my clients the sitting on the edge of the bed, deep breathing and being present. Love that too.
You know what? That's not a bad idea, because like I don't get into bed and just get in, lay down, go to sleep. That has never been me and it never will be. So I could be using this time to decompress from the day.
Yeah. I made a decision not to get a TV.
Sandy, stick a note to the wall.
Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah. I mean, that's what I love about asking these, like throwing this out to the chat, because people think of all kinds of stuff. And that's what I love about this community, is that we're always learning something from other people.
Yeah.
You're never going to catch either of us being like, oh, we're an expert on this. We don't know what the hell we're doing. We just show up every day. Like
we have no idea. We were just talking about the topic like 2 days ago. We were like, what are we talking about? Oh yeah. Okay.
Right. But I think like I made the decision not to put a TV in my room.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
And I've definitely gotten better. Like I'll get in bed and then I just shut the light off. Like that's one thing I have been actively trying to do, because then of course the more you're in front of your screen, the longer you're going to stay awake, kind of thing. Mary Beth, I've had MS for years. They figured I'd be in a wheelchair by now, but I'm not. I just keep saying I need to be able to take care of my grandkids. I love that.
You know what? I do think a lot of, mind over matter. I think that is a big, we're constantly talking, guys, that Yep. Life is all about just showing up. Exactly.
Yep.
And we are constantly talking about telling your mind what's important. Telling your mind what's important.
Bingo.
Your grandmother was like, brain tumor, all right, I got things to do. Like, this isn't going to slow me down.
Right.
And that's, you know, playing a big part of telling your brain, hey, this thing is not as important. Like, I need to keep going and stay healthy.
Right.
Same with you and the MS.
Yep. But that's the thing. Everybody has a struggle. Yeah. Everybody's got their thing. Now, of course, everybody's thing is different, but it's still a thing that people struggle with. And I think if we were more honest about that too, like being more open to having discussions around, I mean, we obviously have this huge push for mental health, which is absolutely amazing.
Right.
Those of us who occupy these spaces where we have these, you know, platforms and you're just, you know, discussing all these things, like we have to give you both sides of it, which is what we've always said we would do.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the intro is the truth. It's scary. It's like, I thought it was going crazy.
It's a lot of
why do I feel like this? Yeah. Now, at the same time, Aaron and I did toss around the thought that it might be menopause because I am going to be 48 soon.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Mine's a mix of both, for sure.
Yeah. The hot flashes are. So if you see me like doing this.
Oh yeah, the hot flashes they're no joke. They are no joke. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's I realized that, like, I think it was New Year's. I'm like, I've gotten completely out of my practice. And I think it's just because my head was spinning so many different directions, but that's where I should have focused first. And I didn't. I just went, la, 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 la. It's been a year, but it's like, I made a mistake by not leaning into the things I've learned.
Right.
Right. Like, that's duh. Like, what the hell? You know?
Well, you know, and I think that for you, certainly, and for a lot of us, me, a lot of us in the chat, that a big corner was turned from 24 into 2025.
Yep.
I know that we all kind of decided that, you know what, there's a lot that we're not taking into 2025. We are leaving a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
And stuff that just did not serve us, our highest good, in 2024.
Yeah. Well,
and I was insistent upon that here in my house. I sat down, you know, my mom and my son, I was like, listen, guys, we got a lot of stuff that's not working here. And that's staying in this year. We're not taking it into the new year. And so far, so good.
Awesome.
But I think now is the time to start to learn our new life.
Right.
You've got a new routine. You've got new coworkers. You've got a whole new weather system to try to learn how to.
Everything is new except my friends, really, and my dog. Everything is new. But again, like, it's perspective too, right? Like we could have. I just decided to lean into it. I had this conversation with my mom the other day, and I'm like, I just decided I was done trying to control every aspect of my life and just roll with whatever is.
What's that like?
Right.
I haven't quite made it there yet.
Well, I think it's, you know, if you asked me 3 years ago or 3.5 years ago if I'd be doing any of this, I thought I'd still be living in St. Augustine. Like my mom said, I said I'd never leave St. Augustine. And I said I'd never be a paralegal. I'd never stop being a paralegal. I'd work in that office forever. Well, what I had done was limit my life. I was doing the opposite of manifesting. I was just saying, I am stuck here. I'm admitting that I'm stuck here, and this is where I'm always going to be.
Yeah.
And when I decided to say, like, okay, well, life is changing. All this new stuff is happening. We're all going to get dice tracked at some point. Best part is you can pick. Yep, that's exactly right.
That's true. Yeah.
So much good insight tonight
There's
from everyone.
so much good. Yes, there's so much good advice. Our audience is the best in the world.
I know. But that's, you know, I think that's what my decision was last year. It's like when the stuff started hitting the fan from every direction, literally, personally, publicly, at work. I mean, everything. Last year was an entire dumpster fire, right? But it was half bad. So how am I going to choose to focus on it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is where we are now. We made the decision to change things up, and boy, did we change them. We went from the beaches of Florida to the mountains of Maine. But I love it because I've decided to love it. I had a guy ask me at work last week or 2 weeks ago, and because our name tag has our city where we're from. And he's like, "You moved here on purpose?" And I said, "No, man, I just woke up here one day and I was like, I'm in Maine now and this is my life." And he was like, I said, "Dude, I'm totally kidding." Yes, it's cold, but it is breathtakingly beautiful. It's quiet. I've been craving. Like I knew when I went to New England the first time that I was in trouble.
Yeah.
I fell in love with New England, like faster than I fell in love with St. Augustine. And okay, so this is what we're doing now. And that's great. We're just popping up comments. I'm scrolling all over the place.
No,
but I think it was perspective and making the decision to be happy with where I'm at. Sidetracked. I dice tracked. I like that. I was unaware of. Can we just keep that?
Can we just call it dice tracked?
Yeah. I mean, but this is right. Which women everybody's got their stuff they're going through. So it's like,
yeah, for sure.
You know, for me, it's getting back into the practice and accepting the changes and just continuing to enjoy whatever's next in my life. Because if I keep looking backwards, it does me no good. I've got all these amazing new things, but I have to get back on my own practice. Right?
Yeah.
It was a year. It was a year.
Well, and I mean, it was a year for so many folks. So many lives were just sort of like, I don't want to say upended, but they were certainly the landscape
fundamentally changed.
Yep. Certainly for Andrea and her family. Certainly for all of you guys. You know, my best friend Jennifer and, you know, Zach lost a lot of folks that were close to him, and, you know, things just sort of, friendships fell away. And I think 2025 isn't so much about like hiding and peeking around the corner at the new things we find in our life, but just walking out into it.
Right.
And seeing
only way through it is through it. I mean, you can't.
The only way through it is through it. So let's
go around it.
in. Let's not be afraid. Let's just every year since, well, for several years now, that meme comes back around where it's like, it's a new year. Nobody touch anything. Everybody go in quietly. Don't touch anything. You know what I mean? Like kind of thing. That meme goes around. And I just don't think that applies anymore. I think it's, you know what? Let's just go out and give this, you know, whatever our new circumstances are, whatever landscape that we have now, let's go and test drive it. Let's see what it looks like for us.
I remember, and I don't remember where I heard this quote from, but it was one of those things where it was, I think it was, if somebody wrote a book about your life, would anybody want to read it?
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, that kind of banged around in my brain. Like I'm obviously not writing a book, but that quote banged around in my brain. And what I think what I started to realize a few years ago was by saying, I'll never leave St. Augustine. I'll never leave this job.
Yeah.
I mean, once I decided to say, screw it, all this magical stuff started happening. And my life is by far much more interesting. I mean, we can kind of take some parts of last year out of that mix because we certainly could have done without some of that. But chances for growth, chances for change. And what's that other phrase I love so much? It was something about like the universe had, I had to make you move, or you never would have done it yourself.
Yes, I had to make you move. What is that?
True, Tom.
Yeah, it is true.
Try and Google it. Because I love that phrase too, because I think that's true. Like for me, there were several things that weren't serving. There were several things not serving you anymore. And I wasn't going to do a damn thing about it.
We weren't moving anywhere. So the universe just shoved us off the cliff. They were like, but in my case, it had to do it twice.
Touche.
Which is why they assigned me an archangel as my main guy. They were like, this one isn't going to go quiet.
They're like, this one needs a babysitter all the time, just in case. But it's, I think I'd rather be honest in the struggles, and I'd rather be honest in the fact that the year was hard, and and there was a lot of loss. I mean, you're watching people, the fires in LA, you've had people die of illnesses, you've had people die from mental health issues, you've had cancer diagnoses. I mean, you look at Andrea, and we lost Carolyn, and then we lost Marie, and then we had the fire. Like, it just kept going, but it was kind of like, okay, this is all happening for a reason.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is yet, and that's okay too. And I think it was just, there we go, calls. Universe doing for us what we won't do for ourselves. That is a fact.
Yeah.
Joseph, the universe knows we aren't going to do it ourselves. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly. Yep.
But I'd rather it be an honest reflection of what we're dealing with than to try and come on and we've never been about the sunshine and rainbows, but I think we also come from a perspective of knowledge. And sometimes we're just on the struggle bus. It's just the reality of what it is. And I'd rather be straight about that. Right.
Well, and I think it like you said, everybody has different levels of struggle. And when universal made cheese grater,
tree crater irritating in order for you to move where
boy, like will it, man. Crater. That's the truth.
That is true. Also true.
Buddy.
Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on comments.
That's fine.
To look at them.
Cheese grater irritating. Yeah, that is. I think
cheese grater.
Like I said in like one of the earlier episodes, you don't have to look far to find somebody who's worse off than you.
For sure.
But at the same time, that doesn't minimize what you're going through. So I don't want any one of us to ever be like, well, she's battling cancer or this one's battling that. And I'm just over here complaining about, whatever. Every single person's challenges, struggles, lessons, whatever hard times you want to call them, they're all valid and they're all worth it. And that's why we are here and we have this community, because not any one person here is better than any other person here, including their struggles.
Right.
I'm not going to be sitting here and be like, well, Mary Beth, I absolutely get it with your MS, because with this cast on my leg, it's just, that would never in a million years cross my mind to make light of somebody else's struggles. But at the same time, I know that doesn't make this any more of a struggle or an annoyance for me.
Right.
And we don't want any of you to feel that way about yourselves.
Right.
Like somebody's got it worse than I do. Yes, somebody does. Somebody always will. Sometimes you will have it worse than people. But that never, ever, 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 and louder for those in the back, that never diminishes what you have going on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Never.
Absolutely agree.
Absolutely everything that you are experiencing in your life is valid. It has meaning and it has purpose, just like you do.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
So that's the mantra that we're all taking into 2025. Okay?
Love it.
Everybody to write that down.
Right.
That's tonight's homework. Write
It's
that
true.
down. Yeah.
And I think too, in the land of hold on, Carrie, you're so bouncy that cast throws you off balance.
Literally, my legs, I'm trying to get comfortable because I can't like lean it on one. And then so I am very fidgety tonight, guys. That's why.
When you're sitting too.
Sitting, yeah.
That's hard. But no, you're 100% right. And I think too, in a world where we have social media that's now directing everything, where people are cruel and unkind, you're heaping on, right, in a lot of instances. And the world, it's hard being human and living in an internet social media world is brutal.
Yeah.
Everybody's already got enough stuff going on. So
Absolutely.
It's like, I know for me, I always, being kinder, being nicer, sticking up for people, like trying to, take up more space. I think that's a lot of it too. We're afraid to take up the space that we rightfully.
Absolutely. Yes. That is so perfect. That is a perfect way to look at it. Yeah, I saw this. Witch Moon Angie, sweetheart, will you message me privately after the show? Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Reach out to
On
Carrie.
Facebook Messenger, you can message me. It's that's the thing. We're afraid to take up our own space. So we shrink ourselves because maybe we're too much for certain people. I know I did for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Long time. Carrie, you're too much. You're too loud. You're too this. You're too that. You're too. So I did. I just kind of shrunk myself because it was to make other people comfortable.
Yeah.
No, all I did was make me feel bad about myself.
Bingo. Yeah.
And my ego wasn't having that. She was
well,
like,
let's be honest. I mean, there's a lot of us who have been told that same thing.
Yeah.
But the saddest part is we believed it. Right? Like, because that's just society says so. So that must be the truth. And I think that's what I love about what we do is because it's like, I'm a train wreck. I know that. I'm okay with
oh
that.
God, yeah. Welcome to the train wreck.
I'm in my pajamas. I mean, I've pounded 3
Same.
cups of coffee. Like I'm a mess. I'm fully aware of that and I own it and I'm okay with that because at least I'm presenting who I actually am. Like I've given up the impressing people part. Like I don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
But now for me, it's more focusing on things that matter, like my own health. I need to, eat better or whatever it is. Like it's okay for me to worry about me for a minute. It's okay for me to, because I need attention too. I'm no good to anybody else I work for if I'm not taking care of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's very true. Yeah. And it's something that I tend to not drives all of my family crazy. It drives my mom, my son, who depend on me. It drives my best friend, Jennifer. It drives Aaron. It drives Zach, everybody, all of my very close friends crazy that I burn the candle at both ends. Like I said, I own 2 companies. I'm working a gazillion hours a day. Even with this surgery, it's barely slowed me down. When I actually do need to rest and heal this leg so that I can be, yes. Exactly.
Perfect timing.
Exactly. It is absolutely the truth.
Yeah.
Because I think that if I grind and I hustle and I bring in the money, that's helping my family. No, helping my family is being healthy and here.
Yeah.
That's helping my family.
Yep.
The money.
Yep.
Yeah, that, having the bills paid so the lights stay on and whatever, that's great. But really, it's having me here.
Right.
So I've got to do that more. Even if I want to grind my teeth. All right, what do we got? My motto, I'm not here to make you comfortable. You know what? I'll be real honest. Yes, that is my motto now too. And it has been for a while. I'm not here to make you comfortable. Yeah. I'm sorry if you don't like me.
That was a big lesson for me last year too. And then I just kind of got to the point a couple months ago where I was like, I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done getting stepped on. I'm kind of done watching my friends get stepped on. And I'm learning.
Look at the people who don't like you.
Oh, there's quite a few, as you know. There's so many.
There's so many.
But I don't
like them either. There's nothing to like about these people. And you're not the only ones who don't like them. Same thing with the people who don't like me. Okay, well, guess what? There's like 15 who don't like you either. So I don't actually care. I'm not, like you said, not here to make you comfortable.
Yeah.
And if you don't like me, well, then, okay.
Right.
Somebody like you, I don't want to like me.
But that's a hard place to get to. And I think
It's a hard place to get to. It's hard to get to that place, rather. It's a hard place. Yeah.
But I think it's, there's a lot of us, I think, in this field, and especially in the metaphysical, like the empathy side, we've always been people pleasers. I mean, Jen Heinz and I talk about that all the time. Like, and Satori too. Like, it's hard to be a people pleaser and then decide you don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Right. And then when you start speaking out, then people want to try and smack you around for it. It's like, no. What's that other phrase? You may not have met the new me. I burn bridges as needed.
Yep. I do that too.
Push me there. You've pushed me there. And if that's my reaction to it, where I'm just like, okay, I'm done. Night calls. Love you.
Night, Colleen. Thank you so much. She's very sweet.
She is very sweet. She looks like a Disney princess. She has huge, beautiful eyes.
I know. I was like, she's so sweet. But
yeah, that's, I think, deciding to take up space in your own life has ramifications. But again, if we're talking about losing things that no longer serve, bye.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you know what, guys? Let's talk about this. Let's throw this freaking angle at it. Is this something that like comes with I don't want to say life experience, because I think that denotes it comes with age.
Yeah.
But experiences in your life. We can all have crazy experiences in our life that get us to that point at a fairly young age. I mean, look at Cody and Satori. But is it more often, do you think, something that comes with age? Because I'll tell you what, when I was Cody and Satori's age, big hot mess. Big hot mess. Worried what everybody thought about me. It wasn't until I got older and actually, learned some stuff that it's been recently that I've been like, all right, well, I don't give a crap anymore. Over 40 years of worrying what other people thought about me. And it feels so nice to just be like, bye. See ya. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I finally got there too. And I think a lot of what Cody and Satori went through helped me get there, because I watched how
they're good. They're good. I love them.
And continue to navigate this stuff on a daily basis.
Right.
I don't think it's an age thing. I mean, you look at people who, lost their parents when they were young, or like insert problem here, right? Goes back to your point of, yes, people are always dealing with different things that may be worse than what you're going through, but it's still yours. So I definitely think it's a life experience, but I don't think that necessarily has to be an age thing by any stretch of the imagination, right? I mean,
yeah,
bad shit happens at any stage of life, right?
That's true. And it depends on like the circumstances and how long that goes on, you know what I mean? Like but for me, man, did that take a minute. And now I will just punch anybody in the face if they irritate me. I don't care. Yeah. And you've seen it. You've seen me take down idiots. Like, I don't have time for your insecurities. Let's talk about it. If you have a problem or you're concerned about something, hey, let's have a conversation. I'm an open book, open door. Come talk to me.
Don't talk around me.
Don't talk around me, and don't come after me, because that will be your downfall. George said that I was a mafia boss. You're not wrong, sweetheart.
Yeah, I think that's that was one lesson. I mean, well, you watched me go through it with a lot of this stuff. Jason, we love Jason. Jason was Cody and Satori's, we call him their secret service at OSR Lab.
Oh, he's that
because
one.
We had to have armed police at that event, by the way.
Is he the one that I was like, he's hot? That one?
Yes, that would be the one you always think is hot. And he's a hell of an investigator and has very cool equipment that he plays with.
Oh, neat.
Up there doing investigating. Yeah. He's part of Tri-C.
Oh, is he really? Okay.
Part of Tri-C. I'm sure.
Very
Yeah.
Cool.
So I think all of us have had a little bit of a people are asking what event it was. Ohio State Reformatory. It was right when all the
last year
stuff they were dealing with, they had to have for a while, and they still have to have police presence at events because people are so awful. But I think a lot of us had to do a lot of the stepping into our own space, right? Like, because again, the universe pushed you there, because obviously the people pleasing and all that. I mean, I went through a lot of that. I jumped into this field, got dropped right smack in the center of it and immediately started getting people coming at me for stuff. And it took me, and
yeah, that's very true. You did have a hard introduction into the industry. Yeah, you did.
But I think too, I finally reached the point where I'm like, okay, well, I know what I do for people. I know what my reason for being here is. And I know that I can sleep at night with my behavior.
Exactly.
Right?
If you can, how do you sleep with yourself? You know what? On silk sheets, rolling in money. That's how I can. Like, if you can, as long as you can go to bed with yourself and the things you've done. Okay.
Good on you. Right. As I got older, I learned at the end of the day, people's opinions of me don't matter. People's opinions should not shape who you are, and none of your business. Totally a fact. Totally a fact. That was when I learned. That is when last year, people's opinions of me are none of my business. And when I finally reached that point,
did. Like, okay, you did.
But you've had that too. I mean, we've all, I think a lot of us had this situation last year. And as my mom says, those who mind don't matter, and those who matter
don't mind. Yeah.
So I did learn to
keep man, they're always right.
Moms are always right. I quote my parents all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, my other one is where interest lies, honor dies. Learn that one real quick too. But I think at the end of the day, what I learned last year is how many people are actually truly in my camp, your camp, their camp, whoever that is. Who's going to still be standing when the dust settles? We all learned that lesson last year.
We all did, yes.
And those are the people that matter.
Well, and I think that there's a lot of things that have gone on, and it isn't just like once, you know, with the last couple of years, certainly not in the paranormal industry, but I think that there's been a shift in the world. And I think a lot of you would probably agree with maybe since, you know, the last 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah.
Within that time, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, there's just a cultural shift in thinking and in thought.
Yeah.
And a lot of slips started to show.
Yep.
And it's not like, I mean, a lot of slips started to show, not to get political, but they just did with the first go round with Trump.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. Yeah. And then when COVID hit, whoa, holy crap, man, did really people really start coming out. And then you started to see different sides to people that you either you grew up with, you knew, neighbors you had forever, and they started to see a different side to you.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a huge shift in thinking over the last several years. And I think the dust is starting to settle from that. And people are like, they've learned the hard way. And now they're just kind of like, you know what? Uh-oh, Jonathan, there's some white apparition in my room. Move by quick. Oh, who's that? Hello. Hello, who was that?
I've got to the point where like nothing even shocks me anymore.
No, absolutely not.
Especially up here in New England. I think you get Joseph.
Were you meditating and then the ghost left?
Joe's on fire tonight.
He is on fire tonight.
He is on fire tonight. But yeah, I think 2025, you know, because God, we're at 9:15 already, so we'll probably wrap up here shortly. But
yeah, probably that, and also my cast needs to be elevated.
I mean, I think so. Okay, so we'll sum it up. We'll do the funny meme. We'll do the
fact or faked,
and then we'll call it done.
Okay, good.
But I think, you know, to sum it all up, we learned a lot last year. We let a lot go last year. We learned a lot tonight because there are definitely things that I need to work on as far as like my practice, get myself grounded again, you know, because there's a lot of stuff to shake off from 2024. And I think I've had the discussion of, you know, outside of my immediate circle, I don't trust anybody anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's
friends. Last year taught me, again, the people who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. And I know who those people are now. And I just don't, that's been one of the hard lessons is that you can't really, it's hard to trust.
Well, and that's kind of part of the reason why I said in my video to you that I hope that you build new bridges and it has you meet new people that will get you to the place where you can trust others again.
Well, you know,
that are, you know, But yeah.
It's been a year, but that was kind of why we wanted to just kind of have an honest conversation about the dumpster fire that was last year. What's been hard for us,
how that kind of started this year. I was like, why am I crying all the time?
I know. God, same, I mean, Jesus. But then the universe steps in with my birthday and that incredible video and all the messages from all you amazing people but I needed it, right? Like it's been a hard year. And I think I've never had anything. Nobody's ever done anything like that for me. That's amazing. So I'll cry over that again, I'm sure, a few more times when I watch it again after we're done. But I was trying to find a funny meme pertaining to like being out of practice. And this is what I came up with. You ready?
I'm ready.
Nobody. Think. No ideas. No theories. Do nothing. Me 3 seconds later. Pretty accurate. Pretty accurate. Squirrel brain doesn't help consistency whatsoever.
Oh my God. Yes,
right.
Absolutely. Corner Cauldron is my friend Marie. We actually met in Gettysburg, and actually I bought this the first year I was in Gettysburg. Got ghosts. Gettysburg does.
I love that.
Yes, I love that. But I happen to have, I was a vendor. I'm going to be back there next year, so everybody come to Gettysburg this year. And I happen to have some time off between the vendor show, so I decided to go drive around. I went to Devil's Den, and then I went to Saks Covered Bridge, and she was there with 2 folks that do her show with her, and she was doing. It wasn't really a reading. She was there, like doing psychometry on the bridge, and she happened to be crying. And so, of course, I was like, "Do I talk to her? And then something was like, you need to see if she's okay."
Yeah.
So I went up to her, and the rest, as they say, is history. And she's so lovely. I love her so much. She's so fun. She does a lot of stuff in Gettysburg, and so I can't wait to see her this year and spend a little bit more time with her because we really just saw each other at the bridge. That was it. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to hanging out with her a little bit more this year. Yes, I'll be back at Gettysburg. I'm really excited for that. Yeah, the universe is very funny like that. They put people in your path that you're meant to get to know and have in your life. By the same token, they will take those people right out of your path just as quickly.
100% agree.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Yes. So for this week's fact or fate, I have a fact and I have a fate, which is true.
I'm going to say both.
The fact is I don't have a fact or fate.
No.
That's
totally fair.
Yeah, I was
girl.
Like I said, got the video to him at like 6:30.
We're skipping fact or fake this week.
We're skipping fact or fake this week. We're also skipping our sweary affirmations because I forgot to ask my son to bring it down when he brought my mic. I was texting him literally like 10 minutes before. I was like, Coy, my mic is upstairs in my office. Could you grab that? And I forgot to have him bring down my little bag. So I'm hoping I can be up in my office by the next show. And then we're going to get back on track. A bit of a bumpy ride.
Guess what? And if not, that's fine too. It's okay. We don't care. See? Nobody.
But perfectionist Carrie does, so.
Well, perfectionist Aaron feels the same about certain things, but on this show, I love that we could just
be like whatever, and it's just
fine.
Truly okay.
Plus, Jesus, how long did it take you to put that video together? I still can't believe you did that. That's like
had
to be quite a
4
while.
days?
Jesus, no, I had no idea.
I
it's hard to get
texted
me.
Ken and Satori as their show was ending last Thursday, and I was like, "Hey, I've got a great idea."
Oh my God, it's so amazing.
Yeah.
That was the nicest thing, I think. I mean, it's just all been. I needed all of it. That's where I'm at in the universe, as usual.
Everybody that contributed was amazing. And you know what is really great? And I'm not going to call them out. They can call themselves out if they want to, but there were a lot of folks that didn't really want to do it. They were too nervous. They don't like to see themselves on camera. And they did it anyway because they think the world of you.
I know. I'm so lucky. This community has, saved me in so many ways. And I think, as usual, the universe makes no mistakes when you build a life.
Yeah.
Something else, and then you get to just make the decision to just fully step into that. And I will give myself credit for that.
I had a leg brace when I was 8 months pregnant. My bathroom was upstairs.
Oh, that's freaking terrible. No,
that is horrible.
You need one of
That is
those like
awful.
slidey up the stairs chairs thingies, whatever they.
Oh my god! Have you guys heard about Beth on TikTok and SB mowing? Do you guys know that story? Please, somebody I hope knows about Beth and her GoFundMe from SB mowing on TikTok. Does anybody know about that?
I don't do much TikToking.
I know, right? And after Sunday, none of us will. So there's this guy. He owns this company called SB Mowing.
I know
who
who
he is. Do you know who he is?
I know who he is, but I don't know that specific story.
Okay, so a couple months ago, he went to this woman's house, and if you guys know who he is, he promotes his business by going to like abandoned houses or going to like homes of the elderly and like cutting down and doing all of the landscaping for homes that are really overgrown. People can't afford it, that kind of thing. Gets the word out, and then he films himself cutting their lawn.
Right.
So we met this woman, and her name was Beth, and she's this little teeny tiny elderly woman. And he went to say, hey, I noticed, a friend of mine at the city called and said that you had an overgrown yard and backyard.
I did see this the other day.
Did you see this? And yes. And she was like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry, but I can't do it. And I've tried calling companies to come out and help me, but they won't answer their phone. The city said that they would do it, but it's $240. I can't afford it. And he's like, I'm going to do it for you. And I'm going to do it for free. And she was like, oh, Spencer, really? She's the sweetest little lady. And so grateful. So he cleans up her whole yard. And she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And she was so sweet that everybody, including me, were like, we need to help her. And let's get contractors out there and let's start a GoFundMe. So many people wanted to start this GoFundMe for this woman that he went to her and he was like, these people want to help you and they want to repave your driveway. They want to make sure that you get $100,000 is what they were asking for. And it was going to be enough to like repave her driveway and give her a little ramp up her stairs. So she had a cane, and $100,000 is what they were asking. And she was so blown away when he went back and he was like, listen, the people that saw the video of me doing your yard and saw you, they want to help you. And she's like, oh my God, why? It was the sweetest thing.
What they end up coming up with.
So far, Aaron, $768,000.
Oh my God. That's amazing. That's amazing.
It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. And this woman is the sweetest thing ever.
She is, in tiny little silver-haired, adorable lady.
She kind of reminded me of how small Andrea's mom was. Real little.
Yeah, that's true. Tiny. Yeah, frail. Like
frail.
Like, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And so he was saying, well, we could probably get you one of those chairs that go up and down your stairs, because her washroom was her washer and dryer were in the basement.
Yeah.
And she couldn't get down them because the stairs were like kind of like rotted wood steps.
Mm-hmm.
And so her neighbors were coming over once a month to help her do laundry.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
And they were like, well, let's get her a chair so she can go down those stairs. Better yet, let's fix those stairs. And then, if she's got to step on them, she won't break her leg. So it's been really unbelievable. So if you guys are on TikTok, he's also on YouTube. If you don't know who he is, SB Mowing. He also does SB pressure washing, but SB Mowing. He is kind of documenting how this GoFundMe goes for Beth.
That's awesome.
And she's like, I could get a new car. And he goes, you sure could. You could buy a new house. You could, because then he went back and he was like, we raised over $500,000.
And that number probably didn't even compute.
It's been remarkable. And frankly,
there's a lot of, maybe that's a show we need to do too. My biggest issue, and I'm saying it here, I am terrible at receiving. Terrible. Hyper independent.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what to do when people go out of their way to do nice things for me. And sometimes I get so overwhelmed with it that I almost can't function, especially the kindness I've been shown. Exhibit A yesterday and today with your video. And the last 5 months of my life. Let's be honest. I don't know what to do with that because I'm always like, okay, well, I need to repay them for that. And somebody said to me, Satori, she's like, shut up.
Yes.
Just
Thank
let
you,
me.
Satori. Yes.
And I don't, but I think there's a lot of us who struggle with that. So if you
I
guys
think
want
there
to
is,
see a
yeah.
show like that, I
good idea.
think that'd be an interesting one to kind of unpack as well.
That's a good idea.
Oh, look, here we go.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody's
Yep.
now. Yep. And so maybe we'll, if people are interested, put it in the, like in our group
Linda,
Facebook.
yep.
You guys
Okay.
want to have a discussion about this.
So we will teach you how to manifest, how to do witchy stuff, and we will be your therapists because we're all messed up, and let's just
we need
throw
them
some
too.
ideas at each other and see what works. Why not?
I know.
Why not?
I love it. Well,
So,
I still
yes.
don't have words for the video, and I will eventually get those out. I'm going to go cry some more about it once I've watched it the 10th time. I was already in tears, but then he put Carol in at the end, and that was it. I was done.
I know when she sent me that, she was like, I'm trying to find this video of my mom. And I was like, well, that'll do her in.
She used to send those sometimes. Andrew would send, it was just Miss Carolyn blowing a kiss. I mean, she would just, when she was still alive, she would just do that. And I would always hear her voice, hello, sweetheart, when you get her on the phone.
Yeah, I'm
but
gonna
that
send
is
you
by
the one
far
of Roger so that you can hear exactly
better.
what he is saying. He's, bless his heart. He talks so quietly, but also the camera was kind of far from them. I kind of zoomed in a little, but the camera was kind of far, so it was kind of hard to hear what he was saying. I tried to
Well,
raise
thank God for Carlene, because
yeah.
she's the tech brains behind that. But he's
Right.
kind of got that gruff, lower voice
He
anyway.
really does. It just, he
kinda
was
hard
always
to
just like
hear.
kind of a soft-spoken guy anyway, when the one time I met him. So
yeah.
Anyway,
but
we
that's
love you,
hands-
and
amazing. So
yeah,
thank
we
you.
love you, and I will always, always, always make a big deal about people's birthdays. My mom was like, why are you gonna, I don't need that expensive a cake. And I was like, but you liked it. And she was like, yeah, but I don't need that expensive a cake. And I'm like, so? And she was like, it just seems unnecessary, Carrie. And I was like, listen, I am a big fan of making sure that the people I love know how honored I am to share this lifetime with them. How honored am I to live in the same lifetime as you, as Zach. You know?
All these people.
I will always make a big deal over it. So as long as you're friends with me and Satori, your birthday is going to be an embarrassing love
After dinner
fest.
last night, she got a cake. She's like, well, I didn't know what cake. So she's got the candles and the whole thing. I didn't know which flavor cake you like, so I got one that has 4 options. And I was like, oh my God. It's been a very good
yeah.
It's been a good birthday, and it's been a good couple months. I'm very lucky, and I'm grateful. So, on that note,
good. All right, guys. Well, thank you so very, very, very much. If you guys think of more things as far as like how you do your meditations and any advice that you can give to anybody in the chat, me and Aaron, because we're really messed up. But this is where we're going to start. 5 minutes in the morning. Before we even get out of bed, we're just going to meditate for 5 minutes, maybe ruminate on that weird dream or what you're going to do for the day. Before you pick up your phone, shut your alarm off. Before you pick up your phone, anything, just 5 minutes. Tell Siri or Google, whoever, that set the timer for 5 minutes and just go into a meditative state. And then we'll check back in on everybody and see how it's doing in 2 weeks when I should be back up in my office with my sweary bag of affirmations and my fact or fake pile of stuff.
yes.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for everything, all the suggestions, listening to us ramble, the train wreck that we are, and we'll see you guys again in 2 weeks.
All right. Love you guys. Good night, everybody.
Bye.